Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Afrin Mail. In today's video, we'll see about English content, DSC syllabus wise second topic form of language, story, essay letter writing, editorial, precise writing, note making, autobiography and biography. Complete second topic English DSC syllabus wise, 250 plus bits. Come, let's see the bits. We'll start from here. Practice bits. Story. Exercise 1. Choose the right answer from the following. The time and location in which a story takes place is called setting. All events after the climax that lead to the resolution are called following action. The angle from which story is told is called point of view. The central main character of a story is called the protagonist. Something. Don't judge a book by its cover is an example of theme. What is the genre name that uses character settings and plot that are not real but could resemble the truth? Fiction. What is the person or animal which takes part in the action of a story called character? Yes. What is a sequence of events involving characters and a central conflict called plot? The opposition of forces essential to the plot is called conflict. What is the genre name for fiction set in the past? Historical fiction. What type of character does not change? Static. What is literally term that means giving human characteristics to something that is not human? Personification. What type of character changes the point of view and develops throughout the story? Dynamic. The story who opposes the main character is called antagonist. Let's see some more bits. Yeah. SITE stands for Satellite Instructional Television Experiment. The FM broadcasting in India began in 1997. The Foreign Service of AIR was started in 1939. The advertising agency run by the Government of India, DAVP. The experiment conducted by Dash in 1960s marks the advent of Internet, ARPA. Next, the first paragraph of a story in a newspaper is called lead. A desk editor is known as assignment editor. Use dash for dates, months and years, figures. The job of a sub editor is B, has to check all these things. The white space between two facing pages is called gutter. The Times of India, the Hindustan Times, the Hindu are broadsheets. Use dash around the title of books, songs, television shows, computer games, poems, lectures, speeches and works of art. Quotation marks. Dash is mostly used in a future story. Delayed lead. Next we have editorial writing. What is an editorial? An opinion piece published on a special page. What is hard news? News that affects an entire group of people. Who is a reporter? A person who interviews source writers, copy and is published. What is a creative lead? A piece of information that attracts and keeps the reader interested. What is a source? A person that a reporter interviews for his story. Dash invented by electric telegraph. Samuel Morse. In the year 1930, All India Radio was known as Indian Broadcasting Service. Dash technology is adopted from AIR to switch from analog to digital. Digital radio mondiale. When did Prasar Bharati came into existence? 23rd November 1997. In which year television emerged in India? 1957. In a letter, the subscription is address of the receiver. What type of a letter to the police officer is? Official letter. Address to a famous leader must start with honorable. What type of a letter to a book depot for books is? Business letter. The incorrect subscription for formal or official letters. Yours lovingly. A letter expressing condolence is an informal letter. We should use dash after the date in a letter, full stop. While writing letters to friends, one should use informal language. An official letter must be more formal. From address in official letters written should be written on the left top corner. Personal letters are mostly written to friends or friends and relatives. Next, personal letters should contain colloquial words. Personal or informal letters include letters written to family members and friends. What is subscription? Superscription salutation in a letter to father. My dear father. Appropriate subscription to father is yours lovingly. Choose the concluding sentence that can be written in a formal letter, thanking you. Leave letters are official letters. A letter to editor is an official letter. Letter writing. How to write an informal letter? Write legible in simple English. In which part of the body in in which part of a formal letter is the key point of the letter written? Body. How we can address the recipient when we are writing an informal letter? My dear. If we don't know the recipient names of formal letter, how we can address the recipient? Dear sir or dear madam. If we don't know the recipient name, how we can close and end an formal letter? Yours faithfully. In letter writing format, a title Dear Mr. Prasad is the best example of salutation. Which of these is a correct formal introduction? Dear Mr. Prasad. A formal letter should be dashed to have the desired effect on the recipient. All of these means in the proper format, the point and relevant, grammatically correct, all of these. Which of these should not be in a formal letter? Slangs. Which of these would be acceptable in formal letter? Wouldn't. A letter to a friend comes under personal letter. A letter is nothing but a written communication. What is the main part of a letter? Body of the letter. The proper subscription for all personal letters is yours lovingly. Station and date should be written on the top right. In a letter, the subscription is end of the letter. In dash essay, you do not just give reasons to support your point of view. You must also discuss the other side's reasons and rebut them. Argumentative. Attempt to conceive the reader that the point of view of the writer is valid or best in dash essay. Persuasive. An essay that explains and requires that the writer of the essay gives information, explains the topic of the essay, or defines something. Expository. Descriptive and narrative are types of essay. A good dash essay writer can describe his subject in such way that vivid images are created in reader's mind. Descriptive. What is a paragraph? A series of sentences that talk about a specific subject. Which one of these points do we include in an introduction of an essay? Introduce topic areas in one or two sentences. Which one of these points is included in the body of an essay? A topic sentence that states the main idea. Next question. How would we plan to link the paragraphs to each other in an essay writing? Making sure that each paragraph links to the introduction. What is the most effective way of trying to use the linking words in essay writing? Learning a lot of linking words and phrases to use. What do we need to include in a conclusion in an essay? Resisting the thesis statement. What is a hook in an essay? The first sentence of an essay introduction. Which of the following is not included is an essay conclusion? Both 1 and 2. Weak statements, generic concluding phrases. What does a conclusion include? Synthesizing your major points. A summary lead is used in hard news. A summary lead uses the 5 Let's leave that question. Revenue from advertisement is important for dash of the newspaper survival. The approach or perspective from which a news fact or event is viewed. Angle. Dash check the written text of newspapers, magazines, or website. Sub-editors. Dash stated an effective lead in a brief, sharp statement of the story's essential facts. Charner. In this kind of page layout, articles are put side by side so that the headlines are extensive. Tom Stoning. The full form of ABC is Audit Bureau of Calculation. The headline, like a dash, should focus on the main point of the story. Lead. The printed title, i.e., name and logo of the newspaper at the top of the front page. Flag. The dash is used to set off parts of a sentence. M dash. Leads are sometimes categorized in dash and dash. Hard news lead and soft news lead. What is the origin of the word precis? French. We should not follow this while writing a precis. Use an extensive vocabulary as possible. To summarize a paragraph is called a precis. How should a precis be written? In third person. What should be avoided in precis? Imagery. How should the date be written in an index precis? 10th August 2023. A precis must always have a heading. Which of the words is the opposite of precis? Expansion. Which of the following is an important point for a good attempt in precis writing? General idea of the message. How long a precis must be? Same as of original passage. What should be avoided in speech in a precis? Verbs. Which tense should be in precis writing? Past. Which of the following is a method of making a good precis? Note the important and central ideas. Dash writing is an art of presenting certain information. A precis. Which of the following are not allowed in precis? Abbreviations. Which of the following sums up the story? Conclusion. Why it is necessary to build up a climax for story? To give up the moral of the story, to justify the events, to find the resolution of conflict, all the above. The right answer is all the above. What is the purpose of the short stories title, both 1 and 3? To create curiosity, to keep readers to create curiosity, to indicate main idea. Short story may contain author, all of above. Thoughts, like and dislike, opinions. Which skills are enhanced by writing a story? Creative and imaginative thinking. A short story must have a title. What is the crucial part of a short story? Climax. Short stories are written in the format of a narrative. How is a short story known? Mythology. Short story is based on single theme. The first person point of view is called subjective. Next. What must be read first before reading short story? Title. What is the most important part of the story? Language. Short stories popular since ancient time. How is an author is writing short story? Complementary. The first person point of view is I and we. Omniscient point of view, third person. Around what do the short stories move? All the above. Characters, situation, events. We can predict previous knowledge by before reading. We can make questions and try to connect people, places and events while reading. End of the central conflict is known as resolution. Comparison of two unlike things that use like or as is called smiley. Figures of speech an author uses to clarify meaning of his or her writing is figurative language. Comparison of two unlike things. This is repeated questions. Not does not include. Here it has include. Metaphor. The most exciting part of the story is called climax. What term means category or kind of story? Genre. What genre is a set in the present? Realistic fiction. What is the genre name? The encompasses facts that can be proven and checked and is to non-fiction. What has to be written at the end of the story? Moral. What is the term called that does not change and stand for something? Symbolism. What is the name of fiction that incorporates science or technology or both? Science fiction. What are things note down before reading? All the above. Length, level of language, structure. A story usually narrates an incident with its associated happening. While writing a story, we should always use past tense. Short story is famous by its all of these. What is the theme? Central idea of story. So now our topic is essay writing. An essay presents your thoughts with organization and pre-planning. The order of paragraphs is an essay's introduction, body paragraphs, conclusion. The main idea of an essay is called thesis. Each body paragraph should include detailed examples and explanations. The writer's conclusion should contain all of the above. Which is the synonym of narrative in a narrative essay? Story. Which of the following is a narrative in a narrative essay? A detailed chronological story. What is the first step? Writing a narrative in a narrative essay. Selecting the interesting topic. Dash tells a story. Narrative essay. When did we want to compose a narrative and what elements we must use in a narrative essay? All the above. Who is the writer of book Narrative and Rhetoric? James Pallan. Dash essays are set of one's thoughts reflective. In which of the essays the writer concludes by logical reasoning? Argumentative essays. Dash essays uses to increase the imagery 5 sense of settings. The 5 sense of means the sense of taste, sound, touch, smell and sight. Descriptive essays. Which of the following essay describes a subject? Expository essays. What is the last part of essay writing formal? Conclusion. The dash is responsible for all aspects of the new operation. Editor in chief. This department supports the survival and success of the newspaper. Advertisement department. Dash is a software to design the layout of a newspaper page. Quark Express. Basically, the story of a newspaper is divided in dash parts, 3 parts. Never use a sentence with a figure. Dash department is headed by the curriculum manager. Curriculum department. Sorry. When you repeat the information of the first paragraph in the second paragraph of a news story, it is called a double-decker lead. Dash is a newspaper of small page size, usually 11 inches wide and 17 inches deep. Tabloid. Next, dash is a place where the editor and editorial page writers handle the material that goes in editorial room. While writing a news story, never start a sentence with a figure except the beginnings with a year. The dash is the top boss of the editorial department editor. Never use dash when you are referring to a person. That. Use figures for any distances over 10. Dash are used to highlight news items, box items. When you say this theory is in a news story, make sure your referent is clear. Circulation department is headed by dash manager. Circulation manager. A dash works in a print or broadcast journalism newsroom. Desk editor. Dash is the architecture of the basis of which the whole structure is built. Design. The circulation manager of a news department shares the circulation figures with the register of newspapers. While reading a sentence, if there is a short pause, you probably need a comma. All reading materials except advertisement are assembled in the editorial department. Always start a sentence with a subject. Dash is a type of headline written in large letters across the width of the page. Banner headline. A headline of a news story should be accurate, short, and interesting. Avoid dash voice because it tends to sap energy and power from your prose passive voice. Next, dash department takes care of everything after the newspaper is printed. Calculation department. The dash and photograph complement each other. Caption. The dash is the last link between newspaper and the public. Is the place where staff photographers submit their photographic assignments. Picture division. Editing is dash of news item or a news story to required shape and size. Tailoring. Newspapers and news organizations follow their own house style. Journalists should observe maximum restraint while reporting matters of communal tension. Dash is written in various formats. News story. When writing about height, weight, or other dimensions, use figures and spell out words such as feet. The heading with more than two or more lines which are justified on the right side and unjustified on the left. Hanging indentation. Newspapers use dash when the information for a story is obtained outside the paper's hometown. Datelines. The headline with more than two lines which are justified on the right side and unjustified on the left is termed as hanging indentation. A dash manages and deletes the coverage of news items for prints, broadcast, or online news media. Desk editor. A large newspaper's editorial department will have dash general divisions. 5. A headline or text accompanying a picture or illustration is photo caption. Yellow journalism is sensational journalism. It is said that dash speaks a 1,000 words. Photograph. Each newspaper has 8 columns. In editing process, each newspaper has own set of rules that are enforced. For ages, always use figures. Any defamatory statement expressed in writing, printing, or other visible form is libel. Dash is a newspaper library. Morgue. Dash draws a vivid work picture of the news setting, surroundings, or circumstance. Narrative lead. In big newspapers, a dash popularly called the morgue library. A is a window to the news story. Headline. A or an allots news stories to writers, reporters, and photographers for coverage. Assignment. Editor. Space and equipment for picture processing are located in of a newspaper house. Picture division. To standard news story structure in which facts are arranged in descending order of importance. Inverted pyramid. Dash leads speak directly to the reader. Direct address. In local, regional, national, and international news is received through terminals. Newsroom. In general, newspapers have a greater depth of appeal than other newspapers. Morning. A recent development in the newspaper to highlight stories of inside pages on the first page below the flash. While reading a sentence, if there is a long pause, you probably need a semicolon. Designing a page has the following advantages: enhances beauty and gives clarity. The have to compare the printed copy with the original. Proofreaders. In some newspapers are highly paid professionals. Designers. A newspaper headline just below the nameplate of the newspaper that spreads across the width of the page is called banner headline. A preliminary layout of a newspaper page showing the placement of stories, headlines, pictures, and advertisements. Dummy layout. Correcting, improving, and designing a news story to be printed is called copy editing. In editing plays a vital role. News organization. Too many in a sentence cause confusion. Pronouns. A publication's guide to style, spelling, and use of grammar designed to help journalists write a news story is house style. A summary lead is also known as inverted pyramid lead. The is the one who directly oversees day-to-day operations, managing editor. A proofreader uses to correct the grammar and punctuation of a news story. Uses all these techniques in a news story. False alarm lead to the fireman's death while proofreading the sentence. What does the editing symbol mean? Space. When editing, try to reduce long clauses for short phrases. Journalists should observe special restraint on reports that may lead to communal tension. It is a part of his or her code of ethics. The lead should not be more than words, 25 to 30 words. Is an art of by itself, writing caption. Training and motivating agents, hawkers is agents or hawkers is the work of circulation manager. Is a tailoring of a news items and news story editing. Small headline usually above the main headline in a newspaper. Kicker. Never begin a sentence with a figure except for a sentence begin with the year. Precise writing. The word precise means to precise. While writing a précis, we should reduce the length of the passage to 1/3 of the original. In the word precise, the silent letter is S. This is compulsory in precise writing. A title. In most of the cases, the precise writing should be in active voice and indirect speech. The language in the precise writing should be simple and direct. It is better to use the same tense in the entire passage. Next, in precise writing, one has to precise the passage. Precise writing does not help in writing essays. This is not expected in precise writing. In inserting own ideas. Before giving the final shape, we should correct the following all the three: spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes, punctuation marks. This is not encouraged to refer work done by others. We should mainly use person in precise writing, third person. Which of the following is wrong? Precise writing is nothing but paraphrasing. The precise writing should be of our own words. This is not encouraged in precise writing. All the three. The three key principles in precise writing are brevity, accuracy, clarity. Precise writing is mainly brain work. The three things are also essential in precise writings: title, theme, details. What should we not miss from the main passage? Main information. While writing precise writing, we should not ignore the writer's opinion. A little should be in precise writing, any of three. A person who is perfect in precise writing can write or say briefly. This is the important point in precise writing. Connectivity. Idiomatic language can be used in precise writing to some extent. Now the topic is note making. Choose the study skill from the following. Note making. The following is important in the process of note making. Suggesting a suitable title. What are the uses of note making? All the above. To gather specific information in an effective way. Store supplement material taken from various sources. Shorten the lengthy material. How do we begin note making? Title. Recognizable abbreviations include all the above. Which form of an example of abbreviation is UNICEF? Acronym. ENG in note making is an important example of a short form. How many abbreviations can range in note making form? 5 to 8. Record keeping, understanding and consigning to memory. Note making. Techniques can be used in note making. All the above. In note making, notes are written only in phrases. In note making, dash omitted. Prepositions. In note making, notes are not written in sentences. In note making, information should be divided logically. Notes should be dash sequential manner. In note making, we avoid long sentences. Abbreviations are freely used in note making. Which of the following is not used in a note making? Date. Which, while note making, which of the following is not used? Articles. Note making should be in dash form, descriptive. This is the last topic of our class, autobiography and biography. A biography is a retelling of someone else's life, and biography is a retelling of your own. Autobiography is your own, biography is someone else. Biographies and autobiographies can be retold in both first person or third person. Memorize are biographers or autobiographies that offer the retelling in story format. How can you get information about a person you are writing a biography on? Interview them and read about them. The definition of autobiography is a self-written life story. Next, autobiographies are important because all of the above. They are a way to show others they are not alone in their problems. They are a good way to inspire other people. They are a way for the person to continue healing. A memoir is a type of autobiography, but they focus on one event or time period of the person's life. When writing an autobiography, the author should remember to use strong description, provides details and possible, and add dialogue. Reading an autobiography versus a biography of a person is better because we can see the actual person's ideals and reasons for actions. In today's English content, DSC syllabus wise second topic, form of language. In today's class we have learned story, essay writing, short story, letter writing, editorial, precise writing, note making, autobiography and biography. If you like the video, please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel Afreen Maheri, and don't forget to click on the bell icon to don't miss the latest updates.